Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the San Francisco 49ers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Garoppolo gives to Breida, and he'll get this up to about the 40. That'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
12, fellas, here we go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Buying time to his... Now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 1st down, here's Breida. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
Here we go. 180. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Flag.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Pettis hauling this in from Garoppolo. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. from the gun. Here's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
You got nothing. Back, back, back. Let's go. Right. 59.
Hey, check.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Don't get nervous.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Now Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off two huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Check 25. Check 25.
26.
On first down, Watson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Nick Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Rabbit. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. You remember me? You 24. Yo, baby. Wow.
Watson just beating the play clock. He rifles one that's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. 15 for the Niners there, and a first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing now is Garoppolo, and it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Run. Check. 55 to Mike. 21.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Let's go, Pete. Tighten up. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Open man is QT, complete. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Watson going to give this one to Miller. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. Watson on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Stanley. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Watson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. D Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Watson now to throw. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now it's Watson. He's got the hook up to Miller. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Nick Bosa able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Keke Coutee, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did in their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
We got 4. We got
2nd down. Here's an option right. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away, take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Watson. Got an open man, it's Coutee. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Second and goal from inside the 5. And they'll give Miller another crack. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
11. What? Quit. Hey, exit. Check. 6-6. Bullet.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. And now he'll tuck it and run. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Hey, alert!
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Breida. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 17, Garoppolo to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Preston Brown, there to knock that one away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jalen Hurd in the final seconds of the first half as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw is Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Like 80!
Check tight end, check tight. Check tight.
This is Breida. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 3, check 3.
13. Hey, orbit.
Check 55 to mine. Check 55.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Let's go. First down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. Over the middle, complete. It's Stanley. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now a first down throw. Watson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. D Ford in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson stepping up. He's going to keep it. 20. And he will score. It's a touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 49 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off, too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points.
Let's go.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. A gain there of 30 big ones. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line.
Here we go.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Spawn. No.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8.
Down, he's coming. Mike 27. Watch the screen. Short.
Here's Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On first down, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Watson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Watson escaping the pressure right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Throwing deep here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Garoppolo looks to throw.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this for both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards. There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. They'll try to run with Breida. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Elliott Good with a PAT. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the Coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Watson now, operating from the gun. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Throwing now, Watson. That's going to be caught. A gain there of 21 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looked. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From a yard out. And the Texans push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the